Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Inspiration Collaboration Design Team mystery envelope. This month I sent out the mystery envelope to everyone and my challenge is for this month's mystery envelope, use the supplies enclosed to document a favorite holiday tradition such as decorating the tree, making cookies, buying gifts, whatever you like. Feel free to add from your stash. So I've included papers from Season of Elegance. You can find these in the annual catalog, and cutouts and die cuts from Christmas Greenery, Bauble Blooms, Words for the Season, Branching Out, and Abundant Joy. So this is the bauble from Bauble Blooms, and I cut that out using the Traditions of Christmas DSP. Has lots of great gold foiling on it, and the colors mix well with Season of Elegance. So the pictures that I'm going to scrapbook are of my husband decorating the tree. So I snapped a picture and I decorate the rest of the house while he's doing that. And I decorate the dogs. So I took pictures of the dog and the mantle, and there's other areas of the house that I do. But by the time I get done pulling everything out of storage and putting all that stuff up, my husband's pretty much finished putting all of the ornaments on the tree. So it works out. So that's my tradition. Okay, so let's get started. Get some things cleaned up and out of the way. So I found this die, and I can't remember what company it's from. I think it's Hero Arts. They're nesting dies in diamonds. So I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of those using the Season of Elegance paper. So I've gutted a piece of old olive, and on top of it, I'm going to layer some white cardstock. So these are all my diamonds that I die cut from all that Season of Elegance paper, and I pulled some more from my stash so I would have more diamonds. And I'm going to lay them out on my cardstock in this design, kind of an argyle pattern. So I've cut my white cardstock down to, I cut 3/4 of an inch off both sides so that I would have a nice wide border, and then I can center that diamond design and have some pretty even borders all the way around. So we'll go ahead and set this up again for the other page. And that will be my base design for my photos. So I have added some mats in Secret C for all of my photos. And we'll get these laid out. Okay, something like that. I thought I was going to use 2 3x4s, but then I changed my mind and decided to go with the larger pictures for all of them. Okay, so I'm going to do some treatment on these corners on my base page. And I'm going to use this set. It's called Swirled Designs. And I'm going to use the stamps, and it's got some great background stamps and just some really cool images for background treatments. So I'm going to use some stars and the hash mark stamp, and I think that's it, just those 2. I pulled 4, but I wound up using just the 2. Okay, so this mat comes with the glass board from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to do some treatment to this piece of white cardstock. So I've pulled my stamps out, and this is Old Olive Reinker. I'm going to use a drop of that. And then I have my water paint brush, but I'm just going to use it for water, so you don't really need the water paint brush. And then this is a clear shimmer brush from Close to My Heart, but you can get the same thing using the Wink of Stella. So I'll put that in the link. Yeah, I'll put a link for that in the description below. So I'm just squeezing this into the drop of reinker that I've put down, and I'll mix those up, and then I'll thin it even more by adding some water. So it's just easier with this water brush, and it just happened to be here on my desk. So I'm just squeezing out some water from this, and just a few drops to kind of thin out that solution. So I'll mix those up, and then I'll wind up adding a few more drops of Wink Stella off camera. Get that all nice and thinned out. And then I'm going to do some stamping first. So you can see those drops, additional drops of the Wink Stella that I put into the mixture over on the right side. Okay, so I have a piece of scratch paper, and I'm going to do second generation stamping. So this is the stamp that has some stars on it. So I'm stamping off and then taking it to my project, and that gives a lighter version of the color. I just wanted a nice light version of Old Olive, so I'm inking it up, stamping it off, and taking it to my project. And then we'll do the same thing with this hash mark design, stamping off. And I'm doing some random stamping, background stamping for the upper right corner and the bottom lower left corner. So we'll add that scratch paper to catch the excess over the edge. And then I'm going to take a fan brush, and I'm going to mix it into this solution that I created and get that inked up nicely. I'm just going to use another block to tap that fan brush to get some splatters all over. So with the Wink Stella in there, you're going to get splatters of a light old olive color with all kinds of shimmer, and it's hard to see it on the on camera here, but it really does have a nice effect with shimmer all over, and that'll be in my background. So we'll go ahead and work on the right page, and I'm going to do the same thing, the same designs in the same places, and I'll do some splattering with the shimmer solution that I created. So this video is a collaboration with the Inspiration Collaboration Design Team. Every month we do a mystery envelope challenge, and one of us sends out different components and creates kind of a challenge, and we all get the same supplies and then create a project. So make sure I'll put a link at the end of this video with a playlist. So make sure you check out the playlist and you check out the other members of the team and the projects that they created with these same supplies that I sent out. It's kind of fun and how different everything is with the same supplies. And just a note, we are looking for Stampin' Up! Demos who have YouTube channels who would be interested in joining our collab team. We do 2 videos a month. The first one is on the 10th of the month, and we do various challenges. And then on the 25th of every month, we do our mystery challenge. So if you can commit to doing those 2 videos every month, we would sure be glad to have you. And you can just leave a note. You can comment on this video, or you can go to my socials and reach me there if you're interested in joining, and we'll check out your channel. Okay. So I've got these large pictures, and I put them down, and I'm looking at this and having a little trouble here. But with those pictures there, I was covering up the green. So that's why I'm switching these 2 around, because I don't want it to look like that right page is only the 2 colors. So we'll flip-flop those 2 diamonds. And then I just felt like my pictures were too big. So I went back to my Epson PictureMate, and I printed out pictures in 3.5 by 5. And I like that much better because then you can see the design, the diamond design in the background. So these are the stickers that come with the Traditions of Christmas DSP collection. And I've pulled a bunch of those stickers. I like to cut them still attached to the carrier sheet so that I can play with them and move them around, and I don't have to commit to actually sticking them down quite yet. So I can figure out the placement of my stickers. So I have Christmas Traditions for my title, and then I have Trim the Tree, and then I've pulled Making Merry and Deck the Halls. So to pull that secret C into my designs, I'm going to go back to Traditions of Christmas, that collection. And this die set is from Baubles and Blooms, and that's where I got the ornament die. And then I've got some berries and a pine cone, and that comes from Branching Out. And then this bow comes from Christmas Greenery. So I'm going to use die cuts from all of those. So first of all, we'll grab these baubles. So as I was saying, I pulled more of that paper from Traditions of Christmas that had more of the secret C in it so that I could tie everything together. And then I'm going to hang my ornaments using some of this thin gold ribbon. It's a retired product from Stampin' Up. It came in rolls of gold and silver, and it's about 1/8 of an inch wide. So I've cut strips of that, and then I've also created a couple of bows. And that's how my ornaments are going to be hanging from my title. So it's all going to be set up something like that, I think. Everything's always very fussy with all these little pieces, parts, until you have it all glued down. But yeah, I think I like that. And then we'll bring in a couple more of these ornaments. So this Joy die is from the Abundant Joy Dies collection. And if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, there are extras that you are eligible to purchase. So there's usually a die set every 3 months that coordinates with that 3 months of Paper Pumpkin kits. And this one was October, November, and December. So this one's called Abundant Joy. So if you're a subscriber, you can purchase this die. And then these are the little berries and the pine cone. I cut the berries in cherry cobbler, and the pine cone is out of some metallic specialty paper from Stampin' Up. Again, I'll make a list of all the supplies that I use with links, and I'll put them in the description below. Just hit the More button, and you'll be able to find all of that information. Okay, this is another die set, and it is called Patterned Tags. So I'm going to use this plain tag and the bows that come with it. So I've cut one using the Season of Elegance paper. I'm going to tuck this under, and then I've added those bow images in cherry cobbler. And then I have done some journaling on this piece of Old Olive. I used the light side of Old Olive, and I did a little bit of journaling there. So I'm going to set everything up like that. Okay, after a bunch of gluing, I got everything done. Now we can add some bling. This is, these are the traditional sparkling sequins, and they come in several colors, and I'm going to use the cherry cobbler. They also come in light blue and gold. There's plenty of gold on this layout with all the gold foiling on the designer paper, and the green was kind of just blending in. So I like the pop of the cherry cobbler with the red. So we'll scatter a whole bunch of those around. So I will take still pictures of this layout, and you can find images over on my socials. I will put links in the description below, and the URL will pop up at the bottom of your screen in just a sec. They'll be on my Facebook page and my Instagram account, so give a follow over there. We'll scatter all these around. And again, I will add the playlist at the end of this video and also in the description below. So check out the playlist so you can see all the designs and projects that the rest of the team members have done with these supplies. All right, so we'll pull this a little bit closer so you can take a look. And again, I'll have still pictures. And then we'll pull the other one closer. So what kinds of traditions do you have every year? I had a little hard time thinking of what to do my video on, but we do decorate the tree every year and decorate the house. So yeah, so snap some quick pictures, and yeah, I like the way this turned out. So I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks. Merry Christmas.